Hello everybody, welcome to the live. Welcome to Get Good at Songwriting, yet another edition. Just gonna click to go live on Instagram right here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today I'm gonna do this a little bit differently than normal. And what I want to talk about today basically is what I always talk about in various forms. The balance between the masculine and the feminine energies in your songwriting practice. In other words, the balance between having structure, the power of analysis on the one hand, and being able to build something from nothing and being an infinite generator of new ideas, even if you don't feel inspired. And on the other hand, to be able to run with your inspiration and allow yourself to be inspired and be able to receive inspiration effectively. And that's where I think a lot of songwriters already get it right, where I think a lot of songwriters really get it wrong right now, or what I see a lot of songwriters lacking in is the ability to analyze and actually know what they've got in their hands in terms of their song ideas, and actually recognizing what the functional harmony explanations behind their chord progressions are and how they can move forward with them, how there's an infinite amount of options for moving forward with a chord progression if you're able to analyze it using music theory. And music theory is really nothing other than the ability to analyze music. Make sense? It's not really, that's all it means. It just means that you have a way of organizing concepts. That's what the word theory really means. So it's really just the power of analysis. Do you know what this chord is called? Do you know what to call a chord? Do you know what notes are in this chord? Do you know what a chord is to begin with? What is a chord? How is it defined? That kind of stuff. And I wanted to just demonstrate to you the power of knowing your music theory very quickly with a songwriting exercise today. You look like Jesus. It says vegetables soup. Thank you. I appreciate it. I am a fan of his. If the stories are to be believed, it's a pretty cool guy. Yeah. So I hope this is useful to you guys. I'm just gonna walk you through a songwriting exercise right now where we're just gonna create a songwriting quest, a song idea from scratch without any kind of inspiration whatsoever. And what we're going to do is, first of all, just think of hey, Jess McFlurry, I'm not playing a concert today. I'm explaining music theory and songwriting. Next concert is Sunday next week at 8 p.m. Central European time. Today we're learning about songwriting. This is Get Good at Songwriting. So first of all, just think of a sequence of numbers, 4 numbers between 1 and 6. I'm gonna go with, 6, 2, 1, 5. 6, 2, 1, 5. You can use the same number twice. You can use the same number 4 times if you want. You go 2, 2, 2, 2 if you want, but that's gonna be pretty boring. So I'm gonna go with 6, 2, 1, 5. 6, 2, 1, 5. It's an interesting one. And what these are is they correspond to chords in the C major diatonic scale, or we're gonna interpret them as such. And the chords in C major are C major, D minor, E minor, F major, G major, and A minor. Okay, there's one more, but we're not gonna worry about that one. And so just decipher your sequence of 4 numbers now in terms of the chords in C major. I had, what did I have? Immediately forgot. 6, 2, 1, 5. 6, 2, 1, 5. So 6 is A minor. Then we got 2, which is D minor. Then we got 1, which is C major. Then we got 5, G major. So A minor, D minor, C major, G major. Let's see how that sounds. A minor, B minor, C major, G major. Just gonna bathe in this harmonic landscape for a second. I recommend you do the same with your chord progression, to really drink in the John Smith, I'm explaining music theory, man. I would appreciate you stay quiet in the comment section here. Behave yourself. This is not a concert. This is a lesson. I'm gonna turn off the chat view here. This is quite distracting. So just bathe in the harmonic landscape of the chord progression that you have, yeah? And really allow yourself to feel the emotions that a chord progression brings up, because chord progressions sound better when the guitar's in tune. Chord progressions always tell a story. What's your chord progression telling you? What story is happening here? It's definitely like an ebb and flow of emotions in this. Can you feel it? And you don't really need to answer that with words. The point of that is really to feel it intuitively and then to be able to express it in, well, among other things, lyrics, possibly, if you want to write lyrics to your song, then the emotions of the chord progression, the story that the chord progression tells, hey David, can help you, can assist in that, and will probably do so whether or not you realize it consciously. And it will also influence the choice for your melody. And the next thing I wanted to look at is, how do we write a melody on top of a chord progression? And I wanted to give you a very basic framework for how that could look like right now. And again, we're going to stick to a very algorithmic, mechanical approach to creating this. And again, I'm just going to give you numbers. And for the melody notes over the first and the third chord, I want you to use only the 6 and the 9. And for the melody notes over the second and the fourth chords, I want you to use only the 3 and the 5. So for my chord progression, 6 and 9, ooh, it's gonna be spicy, because A minor has a flat 6, in the context of C major at least. Could put a major 6 on it, but I'm not gonna. So we got a 6 and a 9. The 6, or flat 6, of A minor is F natural, and then we got a 9, which is B natural. Quite spicy. And if you really don't like the 6th, then you can switch it up for the 5. I think I'm going to do that for this A minor chord, honestly. So those are the two melody notes I'm going to limit myself to for the A minor chord. And you can use only one of them, but just limit yourself to those two. Then we got a D minor chord, or I have a D minor chord, you might have something else. And we got the 6th of the D minor is a little more accessible. It's, no, sorry, we were going to use the 3 and the 5 over the second chord. And the 3 is an F natural, the 5 is an A natural. So we got and we can change the rhythm and the order of these notes later. I'm just going through and finding the pitches first, and then I'm going to have a little play around with them. we got the third chord, which was a C major. We got the 6 and the 9. So we got ba, a D natural, that's the 9. And the 6 is an A natural. Ba, bo, ba, 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 bo, wa. The 6 and the 9 are kind of higher tension notes over these chords because they're not already present in the triads that we're playing, which makes them a little more, they add a little more harmonic information basically to the triads. And by the way, anybody who's joining the live right now and wants to catch up, this will all be uploaded later on. We're having a little fun songwriting challenge here, writing a melody using a formula. So I really recommend going back and watching this. It's quite useful. So far we have and we got a G major, and we're going to use the 3 and the 5 over that one. This is now the 6, 6, 9, 6, 3, 5, 3, 5. Wa, boo, ba, ba, ba. Quite like this ending. Wa, boo, ba, ba, ba. Bo, wee, wo, wo, wa. Wa, 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 wa. Let's try out this melody. Wa, wa, wee, wo, wo, wa. Wa, 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 ah, wa, ah, wa, ah. So in terms of notes on top of respective chords, we've got 5, 5, 9, 5, 3, 5, 9, 6, 9, 3, 5. And that is an example of how just doing random stuff with your music theory knowledge can lead to a pretty nice song idea. I quite like this one. You can play around with this a bunch as well. So on and so forth. So what I really wanted to demonstrate again, above all else today, is that knowing music theory just makes you an infinite generator of new song ideas. And that is really friggin' useful when you're trying to write good songs, because it means you can come up with a billion. I mean, this was 15 minutes coming up with this one, and I made 4 different melodic variations there, and I could have come up with a lot more in just a matter of a few more seconds. My point is that in this way you can come up with a lot of ideas, meaning you're probably gonna like at least one of them. Meaning you can write amazing songs whenever the hell you feel like. You don't have to be struck by inspiration in order to create your best music. And it shouldn't be that way either. You shouldn't be reliant on forces that are not within your control to make your best music. Or you should minimize your reliance on them. Yeah? Does that make sense? So that's what I stand for as a songwriting coach. And you can reach out to me at any time in the DMs if you want to start lessons with me. I offer the first one-on-one trial lesson totally for free, and you can decide after that one if you want to continue. And this has been and there's links for that stuff as well in the description of the YouTube stream and of the Facebook stream. So, and in my link in bio on Instagram if you're on Instagram. So however that may be, I hope this was very helpful to you, and I look forward to seeing you next week, same time, for the next installment of Git Good Songwriting. And happy songwriting until then. Mwah. See you guys.